La la la, really only refuse and refuses to be categorized as a podcast. I hope you like the new intro. It's pretty posh, isn't it? Oh, hey babes. I thought I would just sit and have a chat, a talk shit moment with you. Usually it's entrepreneurs in car doing school run. This one is entrepreneur in car just sitting there waiting for a school event to start. I just dropped my kids off and now I've got 45 minutes to wait. So, hello, I'm here. I missed you. I love you. It's nice to chitty chat. Oh my gosh. It's been a really big March. I'll write up like a big blog post review of it, of course. But I think the big part to note is me and my eldest kid got COVID and we're okay now, thank goodness. I'm triple vaxxed. She was due for her second vaccination the day that she got it. But yeah, we got through it and we recovered, thank goodness, thank goodness, thank goodness. Because as you guys know, I had swine flu a few years ago, and it was like long swine flu. It was 6 months of hell. So I'm so grateful to the miracles of vaccines, and I'm so grateful that this one wasn't as savage on our system. So we did it. We got through. We were quarantined for just under 2 weeks. We started house hunting this over in March as well, which has been awesome. We looked at 3 houses and put in offers on 2 of them, and we've just signed a contract on a house, and it's going to be beautiful. I'm very excited. We're not moving to another location. Our kids love the school that they're at, which is so beautiful and so precious that that's how excited they are to learn, and they've got beautiful friends. But we are moving off acreage and back into the suburbs so we can be closer to the beach and closer to things, really. I'm really grateful that we got to be on acreage, especially during a pandemic. Like, what a fucking blessing it was to have that space during that time. And, we have always wanted to, we had this dream to go back onto acreage. Like, I grew up on a farm. I'd always wanted to be back on acreage. We had acreage when we lived in Coranda, which was awesome. And we'd always kind of had this feeling like we would want to go back onto it. And we did it. And, we did it for nearly 3 years. And then we just sort of started feeling like there might be something new that wanted to be born, like a shift was, like, it was like the dream had finished. It had closed, it had been completed, really. And there was something new wanting to be born. And, a big thing of it is we are currently 30 minutes from the beach where we are. When we lived closer to the beach, like 5 minutes from the beach, and that's where we were before we moved on to acreage, we were there every weekend. And it was such a beautiful blessing, just to be able to go and walk and have family time on the beach every Sunday morning also. And we just don't do it now that we're so far out. We have quite a long drive to do school run. Anyway, we're in the car 2 hours a day doing school run. And so by the time the weekend comes, we're like, we don't want to add more driving time just to go to the beach, even though it's really beautiful. And we're kind of far out of town, kind of far off things. My kid is like, I have to say no to her going on play dates, because if I do a drop off, it's actually 2 hours in the car for me to do drop offs to where, most of her friends are. So, we're kind of feeling like, as we've got an almost teenager on our hands now, she's wanting to do more things. We're wanting to, kind of come back out into the world and do some more things and be a little bit more active and be on the beach again. We kind of felt like it was time to move closer to stuff again, basically. Especially like, I kind of like, it does feel like life comes in stages, and kids come in stages. I've got a 12-year-old and an 8-year-old now, and it's a really different experience when they're little. And my girl is wanting to be, like, we can just really sense her wings wanting to spread. And she wants to be able to catch buses. We can't catch buses from where we are. She can't catch a school bus. That's why we're on school run. If we're back into, kind of in town again, she can do those things. And she's really, really keen and really wanting to thrive in that space. A big thing for us too is we realized, like, we went away on holidays at Christmas time, and we went to a house that has its own pool, and realized, like, we would actually really love a house with a pool. That would be amazing. Like, the kids were so happy in there, and it was just like, it was like a babysitter, really. My big kid, she was just smiling the whole time she was in the pool, and it was like the sweetest smile, just like of giddy bliss. And we realized that it was the exact smile she used to smile when she was 2 years old, and we had her swimming in our pool when we lived in Kuranda. And so we're like, oh, we need to get a pool. And just for our own physical health, like, especially, I've got significant back issues and things like that. My body dislocates, and, there's some parts of the year where I'm just in such significant amount of pain, and I can't, it's difficult for me to get out of bed, and it's difficult for me to, sit down and stand back up again. And, adding in like water hydrotherapy would be hugely helpful for those times, especially, and also just like building up muscle mass. So we knew we wanted a pool, and we also, like, where we were, it's just not the right location for us to build a pool. There's space there, but we're like, well, we probably want to move closer to the beach anyway, so why don't we just look like for a house with a pool? So that's what we have done, which is super exciting. I'm so looking forward to it. And another big piece of the puzzle that's fallen into place is my husband's parents have decided to move into the same suburb that we're buying a house in. And they currently live like 2 hours away from us. And it'll be just awesome to have them closer. So we have an investment property in the suburb, so we own that in that same suburb, so we own it, and we've been renting it out for a year, like for quite a number of years now, and realized, like, oh, we could actually like see if Chris's parents want it instead. And I feel so enormously fucking proud that we can do that, that we can look after our family in such a way, and for it to be, a blessing for everyone. It's not something that's, it's something that we can do. I think I'm rambling. Anyway, I feel really grateful. So yeah, life is changing, and it's changing really quickly. We've got a beautiful house. I'm so excited, with a beautiful pool. It backs onto a golf course, which is fun because we have the view that we used to have with the acreage, but we don't have to mow it. Yay! What a treat. What an absolute fucking treat not to have to mow. And we're sort of excited because we love to just like sit and look out over greenery and watch animals, and or just like the bird life and ducks and anything else that turns up. And we've like named all of the birds that live on our acreage. Like, they all have their own personalities, they all have their backstories, everything. Like there's Jerry, and Jerry, and it's all spelled differently. They are magpie larks. There is Cashew, who is a single dad, and he's raising Armid and Nut, who are his juveniles. And they used to be just so annoying, like newborns to him. They'd just be like, feed me. And he's like, he just was so bedraggled. He was such a good single dad. There's also Mr. Tappy, and that is like a butcher bird. And he likes to sit on top of our our garage and like peck at stuff, and it sounds like he's doing a tap dance up there. And Mr. Tappy also likes to follow Chris when he's doing the mowing because he likes to eat everything that comes up. So those are our favorites. There's also the ducks that come that my eldest is trying to tame, not successfully. And then there's pigeons that come every March to mate in front of my office, and it's really cute. Well, I want to say that in like a less creepy way, but it is cute. And then we have some little swallows that build a mud nest every year and have two lots of baby birds, and then we get to watch them take their first flights. So that just like brings me so much joy, and I wish we could like take them with us, of course. But that's the joy of free pets, right? Is that like they are with the land and you get to experience them while you're there. And I'm like, know that we will have new animal friends, free animal friends that emerge like when we go to this place, and especially like because we'll be able to look out over the trees and stuff. And yeah, I'm stoked. I'm really looking forward to it. Am I a twitcher now? Am I a bird watcher? No, I don't think so. It's more about, I don't know. I just like, yes, I like forming the backstories of them all. It's not about really what species they are or anything. Just making up stupid stories about them is great. So that's happening. Oh, and for the first time, we've got, the house we've got is beautiful, and it's not that old. It's only like 7 years old, but it's a decor that honestly I was a bit turned off by. It's why I didn't immediately buy it, because it was an older couple who built it, and it won like Builder Design Awards and stuff like that, and it's like so gorgeous in so many ways, but like it's also got like brown wallpaper, and yeah, just like some design features that are like a bit dated. Like it's got like some curtains and stuff that I am not into, and I was really like turned off by that in the photos. That's why I kind of held off from going to look at it. And then in person, I was like, oh, this looks so much better than in the photos. And the real estate agent's like, yup. But it still needs updating. And I didn't want to renovate, but our real estate agent is just an angel of a human. And he said, look, I don't want this house to turn you off just for like some very small cosmetic things when it can be changed so easily. And he's like done lots of building in the past and renovating of his own. And he's like, I work with buyers all the time, especially like when they're in a state, they want to renovate before they move in. And so I can help you organize that. I've got all of the people that you can use, all that kind of stuff. I can make this easy for you. He was so beautiful, so supportive. I feel like we have so many angels on our side. So with his help, we're going to do some renovating before we move in. Just take down the brown wallpaper and the curtains and stuff that I don't like, and a bit of a paint job on those, just some white, just vivid white to freshen it up. And the tiles are like large white floor tiles in the living areas, and I don't like tiling, and so I think we'll get the hybrid engineered timber planks to go over the top maybe, but we'll see on what we end up deciding. And then the kitchen has black countertops, like black quartz or something like that, and I don't love black as a color, and so I think we might do I don't know what it's called, but it's like granite transformations where they put like a layer over the top, maybe just like a marble look layer over the top. And I think just with like the white, the really light colored wood look floors, and then like a marble over the table, like the counters, it should all look pretty fucking amazing. But like I'm also super anxious because I've never done like renovating or like styling before, and I don't know what the words are for shit, and I don't know how to deal with people. So that'll be something for me to learn and something to overcome. Like, I think those are the 3 things I want done before we move in, probably. And then afterwards, I think like things to add onto it is might do something with the bathrooms a little bit more, because there's black tiling in the bathroom. So I'm not sure if I could live with it, or if we could like laminate paint or something over the top instead of having to retile. Ugh. Any advice, guys? Leonie wants advice. How easy is this shit to do, and is it worth it? Worth it to do it. It's worth it for us to get this property, but like that on that level. We're also thinking, so the pool, it is a black pebble like base, and apparently that means that the pool is warmer, which is good because I really don't like cold. I really hate cold. And I think we might also like solar power heat the pool as well, because as somebody with autism, I find temperature change is really difficult. So the house is already solar powered. Awesome. I fucking love that. So if we could add in like solar powered heated pool as well, I think that would be the best bet to make sure that we actually get use out of it. What else? Oh, I think maybe adding like a pergola at the end of the pool would be fun as well, just to have like a nice space to hang out, especially because I really like keeping an eye on the kids when they're in the pool, and just hanging out in that space would be really fun. There is kind of some areas there, but it might just be good just to have a dedicated space for it. And apparently, and I don't know, I think like those kind of like pergolas are pretty cheap. Like you can get them for like you can get like more temporary ones put in, but then you can also get like kit ones for like $1,500 and like pay someone a couple hundred bucks to add them. And then for like a fully like real posh one, maybe $6,000 or something. I don't know. I'll let you know how it goes. I'll find out as I go along. So anyway, it's a new journey for me to like start thinking about these things and going, oh, okay, what can we do just to make this a really great space for us to live in for the next part of our journey. Like we know that like for us, this next phase of life is just about getting the kids through school, really, and helping them thrive as much as they can and enjoying, the rest of their childhood, really. I've only got 6 years until my eldest is 18. What the fuck? What the fuck, man? Yeah, my littlest is 8, so we still have longer with her, but I can just see how quickly it's all running. I've already used up 2/3 of my eldest kid's childhood. What the fuck? We've had some good times, but I just want to try and make the right choice for what's right for us for like the next stages. So that's it. At the moment, my 12-year-old wants to be either a graphic designer, a photographer, or both. And I think, cool, that's awesome. Do whatever, babes. Like, get into it. Both my girls are very, this is going to surprise you guys. This is really going to surprise you. They're very artistic. They like books. They like to read. They like me to read to them. And they just love to make shit from sun up to sundown. And they hate sports. They really fucking hate sports. So we definitely know they're ours. The genetics lines up. That's what I'm saying. It was really funny. It was sports day, I don't know, not so long ago. And my kid was like, oh, I forgot my sports stuff. And I said, oh, well, I'm coming back into town this afternoon. Did you want me to drop it in before you do it? And she looked at me and she sort of, we're on the way to school, and she was trying to lie with all her heart, like, but it was so obvious in her face. And she said, no, Mum, you don't have to do that. And I was like, is this because you don't want me to bring it in? And she's like, that's correct. I don't want to do this. I got you, boo. I got you. So anyway, my creative kids are adorable, and I totally get it. In other exciting news, there is a room in the house, and I wasn't sure how we were going to use it. So it's like this house has got some different like living areas that you can use for different things. There's like one for a media room. There's one that you can use for a computer room. There's kind of like dining, seating sort of thing. And then there's an extra one at the back. And we're trying to decide what to use it for. And my husband's like, why don't you set it up as an art studio? And my eldest kid was like, you know what? Let's do one better. Let's make it an artist studio plus a music room. And Mum can use it for her office. And yeah, I'm just so thrilled at this idea. I can totally picture, like, I'll have bookcases just absolutely chock-a-block full of crap, and art supplies, and it'll just be the space where me and the kids get real messy real fast, because that's what we use our kitchen table for currently, and then never eat at the kitchen table because it's always full of art supplies. So, yeah, I think it'll be really fun. And then setting up our guitars and drum kit and keyboard in there. Oh my God, it's going to be so much fun. And again, like this like opens out, so you look out over the golf course, which is, you know, just trees and bush and sand pits and whatever else. And Perv on some oldies doing some golfing. Hello. I'm not somebody who's into golf, but maybe I should try it out. Maybe I should be open to new things. What else? Yeah, that's the big thing, I think. I'm moving again. Yay! You know, this will come as no surprise to any of you who followed me for any amount of time. We do move a lot, and it's a miracle we're actually staying in the same place, because usually when we move, we're moving across the countryside. So since my 12-year-old was born, we have lived in Canberra, the Whitsundays, Cairns, Coranda, Hobart, back to Canberra, then to here on the Sunshine Coast, into a house in town, then the acreage, and now we're moving back into the town on the Sunshine Coast. So we're staying in the same region at least, not going from like top of Australia down to bottom of Australia. Fascinating. Not moving 2,000 or 4,000 kilometres. Amazing. Look at us go. We're just moving 30 minutes down the road to a place that we already have, you know, we already know really well and live there. So good fun. Good fun. Thanks for being here. Thanks for sharing this journey with me. I'm really excited. I'm feeling so much newness and new energy coming up. And yeah, I think it's going to be a fun new chapter of our lives, you know. I got heaps more to share about, but I think I've got to go into this school event now. We've done well at using up some of this time, and I love that I got to spend some time with you. Thanks for being you. Hope wherever you are doing well. And if you're not doing well, I want you to know, I get it. I've been there. I've had those times too. And you're not alone in that. And I promise it will get better. I promise. I love you with all my guts. Okay. Bye.